Hey, welcome to the Riot Podcast Tuesday edition.
This one has food in it.
That's the fastest turnaround we've ever had, I think, when it comes to you'll hear in the podcast.
We opened it.
We opened a box and then immediately turned it into a food fight.
Well, thanks to Andy, there is a Riot food fight in this, which you can watch when you're done with this podcast with listening. Mm-hmm. You should be watching these food fights as well. If you hop over to RadioU Riot on Facebook or RadioU Riot on our YouTube channel and follow, subscribe, both of those places, then you can watch us in the studio and we'll taste test the videos too.
So other things in today's podcast: Chance the Rapper, a Spider-Man trailer, the French press, the XFL, the retro Igloo picnic cooler, going AWOL for the Avengers, which feels weirdly like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
But it's different.
But it's not. Domino's and such.
The Domino's cheeseburger pizza in the UK. And I guess we didn't mention for the food fight, we try the s'mores Oreos and the
s'moreos?
The s'moreos. And then the Pop-Tarts that are the SPLITZ. So it's the split Pop-Tarts with brownie and sugar cookie. And there's a yawn.
Hey, man, my blood sugar has bottomed out.
Take another cookie or something.
I'm going to have to get something. So, hey, you guys enjoy the podcast. Thanks for being with us every single day. And we'll talk to you in about 10 seconds.
Okay, ready, set,
podcast.
Go.
The Riot believes in truth, justice, the American way, and high-speed internet. No, faster. RadioU.
Chance the Rapper had a question. Yeah, the question he asked Wendy's. He said, "Perchance, wilt thou bring back the spicy chicken nuggets?"
It was in some tweet that he sent out.
Yeah, he wanted them to bring back spicy chicken nuggets. And
I didn't see, though. Did Wendy's tweet, okay, if we get so many likes or retweets, then we'll bring them back?
Mm-hmm. So here's Wendy's. All right, here we go. Chance the Rapper, his tweet says, "Positive affirmations for today. I will have a good day. I will succeed. Wendy's will bring back spicy nuggets at some point. Please, please, Lord, let it be today." That's his
Amen.
tweet. Amen. The amen we added.
Well,
though.
that was just editorial.
He didn't say that. Yeah, okay. Now, Wendy's response is they retweet with comment. "Y'all keep asking, so here's your chance. The people in charge say if you guys can get our tweet, this one right here, to 2 million likes, they will bring spicy chicken nuggets back. Let's freaking do this."
Forever or just for a limited time, or they don't say?
I do not have any of the stipulations, speculations, or whatever.
And you know they have bags of spicy chicken nuggets still left somewhere in some vault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a go?
Oh, it's a go.
I guess I forgot that they were gone. I like them, but not enough to where I was still missing them.
I knew some people that were passionate about those.
Yeah.
And I quote, "they're nugs."
So they're excited they'll be coming back?
I have seen a lot of people that are very excited for the return. This I have to wonder, though. I mean, I'm sure it's probably organic. It probably just happened. And
is Chance the Rapper in with Wendy's? Because that was in promotion, I think, of his album or something. So I do understand exactly what you're saying, and I feel it's a little shady.
It feels a little too, hey,
hey, guys.
We got all these bags of frozen nuggets left over. Who do you think we could get to help us with this? Like, well, all right, we want somebody to tweet, but we don't want it to be a Kardashian. All right, we got to start going through who's got how many followers on where. Like, and it's like, what about Selena Gomez? No. She's not going to be up for that. We got to find just the right. And somebody floated Chance the Rapper. They contacted his people, et cetera, and we ended up with that. Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe Chance just really, really wanted a spicy chicken nugget.
In the world of advertising that we live in, we're being advertised at, and we don't even know it. That feels like we're being advertised, and they don't think we know it.
It does.
It just really feels like that. But
and the idea of like, hey, if we can get 2 million likes, like
either way, though, if you like spicy chicken nuggets, then you're fine with it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you really like something, you don't mind being advertised to, right? You're like, yeah, I'll watch that movie trailer. It's an ad. Well, you have to watch the ad before you see the trailer.
It doesn't bother you as much.
Ever wonder what Nikki is doing when she isn't rioting? Find her Twitter feed at riot.radiou.com. Obadiah's is there too, but who cares what he's doing?
8772 Radio U. You know, while we're talking about being advertised to, might as well get it out of the way. Spider-Man Far From Home trailer.
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Okay, first off, they are really in your face about like, hey, if you haven't seen Endgame, you can't watch this trailer. Because inside the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home...
There's a spoiler to Endgame?
Absolutely. A couple of key spoilers that are way more, let's say, kind of plot-heavy in regards to Spider-Man. But there is a word that is floated in that trailer. And I'm afraid to use the word because I don't know if that'll...
You don't want to spoil it for... Even though apparently to them, that's the cutoff point of like 2 weeks.
That's a good call.
So
I didn't even think about it like that.
That's where they say if you haven't seen it by now, then you could go ahead and get a spoiler, even though they'll let you know ahead of time.
Well, but it hasn't even been 2 weeks. It's been 10 days.
You're right, but like 2 weekends of it.
No, I know, but if you think about it, dude, that conversation happened. There was a meeting somewhere where somebody said, hey...
I'm surprised they didn't wait a little longer.
It was probably in a contract somewhere. No, here's what they want. They want to ride your high because you're just like, man, it's over. The Marvel Universe, they done did it.
We got to get something else out there.
They done ended the game. They called it the end game. What we going to do? And so then they want to be there to answer that question. It was like, hey. The universe continues with Spider-Man.
Next time, let's close our eyes because it seemed like we were in the boardroom with them.
Oh, no, Nikki. I was there. Like, I heard
the cries and the pleas
of the people. I heard it.
Well, all right. So Spider-Man, when is that out?
Is it? I think it is Far From Home. I think it's July 4th weekend, but it's like July 2nd. Yep, got it. July 2nd this summer. So Spider-Man Far From Home.
All right. Add it to the list.
Yep, that's going to be a thing. So I don't know. I thought it looked good.
I feel like Spider-Man has had a resurgence.
Well, Spider-Man Homecoming was excellent.
And people liked, Into the Verse?
Yes, also excellent.
Everybody really liked that one.
Yeah, that was a great movie. And the word on the street is the guys... Was it the guys that directed that or somebody else? They're bringing them in and they're going to do a Spider-Man like universe, quote unquote, on TV. So they're going to do some animated shows on TV. They're going to follow some of those various characters, which, man, I think that's a fantastic idea because I like Spider-Man and they're going to give us more.
It seems perfect.
Works for me, right? The classic.
How many times have you watched the trailer?
The Far From Home trailer?
Yeah.
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, just 2 times. Nothing excessive.
Nothing too much. Nothing frame by frame.
Nothing ridiculous. No, you know what? I've had to give up my frame by frame ways. There's too many trailers. I'd be spending half my life like, all right, let's analyze this photo.
Just twice. That's all he does.
Mm-hmm. The Riot is the radio equivalent of Taco Bell meat. RadioU.
Man, today, you're like, man, I don't know what I'm going to eat for breakfast. At least that was me when I woke up. But then there are groups of people that are thinking about other stuff. Like this group of people that are part of the Cola Super Deep Borehole.
What is that?
Team. There are these people that they're just like, man, we're digging the deepest hole we can. Which is amazing because I'll tell you, I have had that sensation of being in my grandparents' backyard where they had a garden that they abandoned. And so it was just a big pile of dirt. And so like I had shovels and a couple of G.I. Joes.
See how far you can go.
Various action figures of various types. And we wanted to see, my friend Tony and I, like how deep of a hole can we dig? And we dug pretty deep. It seemed deep to us.
Nowhere like these guys. I've seen them on a YouTube video, this thing that they do. It's quite fascinating.
It is crazy, right? So they are trying to get some people interested in like, hey, we're
digging a hole.
We're scientists and we think we should dig a hole.
We want to dig a hole. You want to dig a hole. Let's just all work together.
But they say that it's cost prohibitive to dig the kind of hole they want to dig. They actually want to dig a hole and access the mantle, the Earth's mantle.
Yeah.
Because, I just kind of let you guys know, like in some ways, one could argue that what we think about the Earth's composition below the crust is, it's speculatory. We haven't seen the core. We haven't been there. We're pretty sure it's there, but we don't know. And I watched The Core.
So if anyone in this room knows, it's him.
I've seen that movie. I know what it's about. So, whatever. But they want to dig down to the mantle and sample the mantle.
Yeah.
But the deepest we've gotten is somewhere between 5 and 6 miles. That's a big hole.
Well, it's a small hole.
It's actually a small hole.
It's actually a very small hole. So you're like, oh my gosh, what is this hole? It's not. It's a very small one.
Yeah. So we should build just dig a huge one.
I remember
a big hole.
If I recall correctly, when they used to do this like back in the day, they had dug a very deep hole, and then something went wrong with a piece of equipment, and then they had to like start again. They had to start a new hole. It was like, all right, well, how long will it take you to get to that spot? They're like, a couple of years.
That's why you got to dig a really big one.
In case there's room, so there's room for mistakes.
So you just put another piece of equipment down there.
No, they couldn't do that. It's not a big hole. It's just a deep hole.
They say when you dig really deep, it gets hot. It's hot down there.
It covered all those legends as well. It talked about all that.
They also say that some of the sound, real talk, some of the sounds are creepy, but that story that you guys have heard about the screams and agony, that wasn't a real story. You can do a little research on that, but that story's not real. They didn't find hell.
They haven't dug deep enough.
Keep going. No, you can read how that was a story that someone wrote, got picked up incorrectly. It wasn't real, et cetera, et cetera.
It's still spooky. Don't go down that far.
Why not?
We should know better than that.
We should see what's down there.
No, this is like your thing where
Antarctica?
where there's ice, and it's like, well, they froze the world's greatest evil, and they assumed no one would ever dig there.
Well, they were supposed to pass it down through the legends to never dig there, and that's why they put it at the South Pole. But we're just like, after a while,
let's dig there.
It's just like the Ring, man. After a while, it passes into legend and is forgotten altogether. And then somebody is like, hey, we should dig a hole.
So are they trying to raise money for it or what?
You know what? It's just a story that I'm reading here about a couple of projects. I knew nothing about it, but they're saying that what we really love this. What we really need is some young politicians to tick up our cause and help us get the money we need to dig the hole.
Good luck. I don't have a lot of friends who are into that stuff. I feel like that might be a dying art.
No. I think that they're just shooting too old on the age bracket. Because, there was a time, I don't know if I was 5 or 6 or whatever, but I would have been way behind this project.
They got to go to that age?
Yeah.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to Fire Obadiah at RadioU.com.
Man, I don't know if you know it, but there's a royal baby now. Woo!
At least it's over. So once they get it out of their system, like with the news sources and stuff, then we'll stop having to read all the articles about it.
When I sat down to work on the show last night to get ready for today, people kept talking about, I saw all these headlines for baby Sussex, and I was like, I don't even know what that is. What is a baby Sussex? And it turns out that that's the name.
Yes, of the baby. Well, it's not like the baby's name, but the title or the...
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Like, well, Sussex is not the name.
Okay.
Like you're Obadiah.
Look, I just learned something.
No, they're the whatever and the whatever of Sussex.
Sure they are.
That's what they are. That's their title.
Yeah, I really care. It
shows.
Thank you for informing me.
I know a lot of people care about it, but it's just hard when it takes over news.
I don't think we actually care. I just think we're bored. I think you get bored and all of a sudden you care about a lot of things that you don't really care about.
True.
All of a sudden, instead of life being about which fast food restaurant to choose, if suddenly it turned into a fight for survival, you would be like, who cares about the baby?
No one cares.
Who cares? But
it's not quite like that in the world. So people have the time and the opportunity to be excited about that.
Right now, you're wiping your hand on your shirt to make sure you don't, get too much grease on the screen because it doesn't react to your touch as well as it used to. And you're, checking in on baby Sussex. Great idea.
Okay, so we have your opinion on it.
Man, and just from the headlines, I've learned all kinds of stuff. Like, did you know that Meghan was going to have a home birth and at the last minute decided to have the baby at the hospital?
That's just speculation. That's just, they're just making the articles up.
Did you know that Meghan was supposed to, what was it like? Apparently, it's like an open birth normally and everybody be coming in, but this is a private birth instead. Did you want to read an article speculating about when we'll get to see the first pictures?
Oh, boy. Because it isn't a boy. It's an oh, boy.
It's a boy. All
right. Well, I guess then once they unveil the name, then, it'll go away hopefully a little bit, at least for our news sources. Again, that's all we look at. It's all just that.
Oh, yeah. So congratulations to the Sussexes. They got a baby.
And it's a boy.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody in my neighborhood had a baby yesterday. You don't think she's actually a princess?
Probably not.
You think
it's just a coincidence.
Okay. All of a sudden she's gone. You don't think.
I don't think it. No, I can guarantee it.
The Prince What's-His-Face and her, they live in my neighborhood and I just didn't know.
They don't live in your neighborhood.
All right. Fine. You don't know.
It's a lovely neighborhood, but I don't think they live in the neighborhood.
Maybe they wanted to slum it for a while. See how the average people live. You know, it was just like those Hallmark movies where they were tired of palace life.
And they happen to pick your neighborhood just randomly.
They got to pick somebody's.
Might as well be yours.
The Riot's future, 2 words. Goat Farm. RadioU. One
of the primary things that concerns me when I'm going on a picnic or, maybe to the beach during the summer is that, I'm wearing less clothes than I would normally wear and I have fewer accessories. And it's a lot harder to communicate how pretentious I am without
as few
things.
That, yeah. Sure.
It becomes a bit of an issue. And so I have been looking around trying to figure out exactly what it is that I could get. And the good news is the good people at Urban Outfitters are here to help.
They have found something for you to still keep up that pretentious look.
They absolutely have. They are bringing back what they're calling the retro Igloo picnic cooler, the Igloo jug, and the Igloo Playmate cooler. So
you can take your food in that in a retro way?
Right. So you've been saying to yourself like, oh, hey, you know what? I want something that keeps cold. Look, we don't care if it's cold. The only thing that really matters is what does it look like?
At this point, I think they're buying stuff from the retro era and just, reselling it.
I feel like Urban Outfitters is basically going to people and they're like, what do you have in your warehouses?
Yeah, what do you have from years and years ago? They look pretty cute, but it is just like a thermos thing.
Okay, this Playmate cooler.
Why is that $40?
There it is. That I think you'd be lucky to get a sandwich in there.
I think I need to buy
$40.
I have to buy the Igloo jug, which looks just about the same size, but just goes up. And we could stuff our food in it for a lesser price because that's only $18.
You're right. It actually looks like there's more room in the jug than there is in the cooler.
In the cooler, but the jug is $18, the cooler's $40, and then the picnic cooler, the big one, is $68.
But that is not a big cooler. Like in the back, we've got a big blue cooler that we use, like if we're going to an event or whatever. I think it died, but we used to have one.
Well, those are much bigger and they're much cheaper than this. You're buying this just for the name.
But that's the thing, Nikki. That cooler we had was an Igloo cooler. It was twice the size and 25% of the price.
You just buy it at like Costco and you're fine.
But here, Urban Outfitters wants to sell you something tiny and impractical in odd colors for an absurd amount of money.
That's what they can do.
That is how you communicate your pretentiousness to those around you. You're just like, hey, do you guys got anything to drink in that cooler? No.
We can't fit anything in it.
You don't put anything in this cooler.
You need another cooler, like one that you can't see and just you hide it. But you bring this one for everybody to take pictures with.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of, it's really just a prop for your selfie. So you take it and then you're done at the beach.
It makes me want to go on a picnic, though. They look cute.
Does it really make you want to go on a picnic, or are you just filling space with those words?
No, I would like to go to the beach. Not like a picnic where it wasn't worth it. Like, I want the water there.
I don't want to go to the beach.
You don't want to go out?
I don't want to go on a picnic.
All right, well, I'll just close that. We weren't going to buy it anyways.
No, I mean, not really. But I like to live in a fantasy world where I'm just like, you know what?
I would like to buy all 3 of these.
I'm going to get the new Igloo line from Urban Outfitters, and I'm going to take it to the beach.
Igloo's like, thank you. We needed it.
Yes, could you do that for us?
Please, we need it as a company.
Those Yeti people are killing us.
It's the radio equivalent of going to McDonald's and ordering a fish fillet. Hey, that's one of my favorite things from McGee's. The worst of the riot on RadioU.
You know, I think it's one of the toughest things is people show up in your life and then they ghost you and then they show back up and then they ghost you again and then they show back up and then they go, you know, that kind of thing. Now, I don't think everybody does that on purpose because there is that thing where like, hey, you know, life happens, somebody moves away, you know, circumstances change, whatever. Because you know how it is when you've got a really good friend, they show up and even though you haven't seen each other, it's been like a year or 6 months or whatever. And it's like you just pick right up where you left off. That's a healthy, okay thing. But then you got that person that you just know for whatever reason, they've avoided you. They've skipped out. But you know what I mean, right?
Until they need something, they pop back in and then you fall for it or you get back and then they just do it again.
And you just know they're going to go back to ghosting you again.
Of course.
Yeah. It's tough, right? I was thinking about this last night. I may or may not have experienced this even recently. But I was thinking about it, and here's the amazing thing, is that in a relationship with God, God doesn't work that way. God will never ghost you. He's not like, oh, I'm back. I was out checking out whatever. You wouldn't believe what's going on the other side of the world right now.
But I'm here now, and I'm here for you.
And the beaches. Do you have anything in the fridge? Can I stop by? Like, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Could we order a pizza? Could you pay?
And then you just start to trust again, and then gone.
And then poof, gone, right? God is not like that. I know that hurts. I know it does. But I want you to know that God is not like that. He's actually someone that you can count on being there in the morning and at night and through the day, every single day. And that is one of the things I've leaned on God for, is just that constant presence in my life. If you don't have a friendship with God, you are missing out on the truest, most consistent relationship that you can ever have. And it's simple to start. You can just say, Jesus, I need that. A lot of people have walked out on me. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. And I want to know what it's like to have a relationship with you. And I'll tell you, one of the things it's like is consistent. God will always be with you every single day. Good day, bad day, Tuesday, he's there.
The Riot is now accepting applications for a staff pastry chef. Please drop your resumes and an example of your work at the studio door, and we'll get back to you. Wink, wink. The Riot on Radio U.
Well, undoubtedly, like me, you find yourself in the middle of the night staring at the ceiling thinking, if the NFL was a little more extreme, I think I could get behind it.
Is that what it would take for you to finally get into the NFL? He's a college football guy.
I am. But, you know, if it was just a little more intense, maybe I'd be up for it. And Vince McMahon has heard my dreams, and he's bringing back the XFL, Nikki.
So what was the one that was it arena football or
no,
the one that
arena football's on right now?
Is that what currently is going on?
Yeah, I saw. I think I never have like broadcast TV on. And the other day I had some people over and it was like, what is actually on TV? And the Columbus Destroyers were playing the Herderas and
two arena football teams.
And I'm not picking at it. I'm not being mean, but I'm being honest. Like, it kind of bummed me out. I watched some of the coverage, and it was like, there's nobody there at the game.
Oh, to go see it?
Yeah, I mean, there's just like big, you see the stands, and like there are people there, but that it's not like a packed, sold out, how are we ever going to get tickets to this game kind of thing.
Sure.
It's just...
Well, maybe they're relying mostly on streaming and those watching on TV.
Yeah. It was a sub-channel. It was.
It's just how it goes.
So it's tough.
At least someone's there. You were watching.
For a while I was. I wanted to see what it looked like.
So that's been going on. But then, yes, there was talks of the old arena football, the XFL coming back. And that would have been, is it next year at this point?
They are calling for, let's see, February of 2020.
So next year.
Next year is when that's going to be happening.
What's the difference, though, between it and arena football?
Well, this is going to be like quote unquote standard gridiron football. So whereas
like
arena
more showmanship or something,
arena football, as I understand it, is played on a shorter field and has some very different rules associated with it. Whereas this is going to be, it will be more similar to what you've seen out of, say, college football or the NFL.
Yeah, but is there going to be like costumes or something? Because if it's the wrestling people, I assume it's going to have like fire and stuff.
I wish.
Like are they doing it? Or did they ever used to do it that way? I've never seen it.
They did one season of the XFL, and that was kind of their thing. Like, they wanted to add some of that flair.
Yes, that's it. They need to go all the way and make it a spectacle.
See, I don't think they're going to do that, though. Like, I think they're going to try to make it...
as close of a comparison to just normal NFL football?
I think so. The XFL, the reason they're back in the news today is that they have made some deals with ABC, Fox, and ESPN to carry some of the XFL games starting next year.
Okay. So there's more football then.
Yeah. Then, of course, the year we're in now, the American Alliance of Football launched, but I don't think... Is it still... Didn't it? Yeah, it's suspended operations. They just right in the middle of their season, they were like, we'll probably be back.
We'll pick it up later.
Like, check in
with us later.
At another time.
All right, well, if you're into football, then that'll be back next February.
Yeah. The XFL will be back after a 20-year hiatus or whatever. Like, they're coming... They're going to bring it back.
They'll pick up and it'll be like, no years have passed.
You won't even notice.
I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
You won't even notice. Knox Hamilton. Well, but I mean, at least, Nikki, you're going to be able to watch it on ABC and Fox.
Oh, I love watching ABC and Fox. It's my favorite. Well, I love watching network television.
But I mean, at least you won't there will be some games on ESPN, but you won't have to have ESPN.
I love ESPN just as much as I love NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox.
Nikki, some people are treating this seriously because they care about football.
Is that it? I love football as much as I love ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, and ESPN.
Want to know what the Riot is doing right now? Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at riot.radiou.com. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
So I threatened yesterday to run out and get a French press, and the threats proved empty.
Because the coffee pot's fine today? Or?
Well, no, I don't know. I went ahead and made coffee in the pot, but I just forgot to go get a French press.
This has been a problem that just every so often pops back up. He'll make coffee in our coffee pot, and it tastes like...
I feel like it tastes like soap.
The dish soap.
Yeah.
But no one
else thinks so.
No one else should have been cleaning it. So, we've gone through the list. No one came in and cleaned over the weekend. And yesterday, when you came in, so it's like, well, why is it just... It's a miracle, but just like the opposite.
It's a soap miracle.
It's like, how does it do this? And you can taste the soap in it.
It's weird.
So you were going to get a French press.
Then I discovered that Hudson has a French press.
Yeah, and he has it here.
He has a nice one. That's a nice little French press.
Does he use it anymore?
I know he does from time to time, but I used it yesterday without his permission. I then asked...
Well, is his name on it?
It was in his place in the cabinet.
It was in his cabinet?
It's his.
Okay.
But I informed him afterwards, like, hey, Hudson, I hope it's okay with you that I use this. And I mean, at that point...
You're asking for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Not permission.
He was like, yeah, it's fine. I hate you. But you know what? It's fine. I don't think he really liked me to start with.
To begin with?
So,
Did you like it, though? Or are you going to get your own?
It was a little better than what was coming out of the pot. And I have a French press at home, which I love, but I'm not willing to bring it in. So
don't want it to be ruined, do you?
I don't, actually.
I know. You don't want someone else using
these
it.
Animals
who are washing our stuff like they're supposed to.
Soap? Who's ever heard of it?
You know you're not supposed to do that to your coffee pot.
So I need to go over again at some point to IKEA. But you know what? That's like somebody saying, I'm just going to swing through hell and pick it up. It's no big deal.
It's a little crowded, okay? And it's not crowded in where you want to go.
And wide is the way that leads to destruction. And many therein find it or whatever.
It's always, and this is what our local IKEA does, there's 3,000 people there. And then they're like, oh, that's the day that we have 2 checkout people. So there's no reason why it should take that long, but they're just cutting down on people.
I always, no. And somebody said to me, well, you just drop in. Yeah.
I wish I had a check yourself out
I'll just swing through this black hole. Hopefully I'll have the escape velocity I need to just pop right back out. No big deal.
If there was ever a place, say it was $10 for the press, right? If there was ever a place where I would just want to throw a $20 bill as I walk past them, you keep the change.
Whatever.
I'm not waiting in line and I'm walking out now. That'd be the closest I'd ever want to do that.
Throw a 20 at him. Here you go.
You can have the rest. This is what I've taken. taken. I'm leaving now.
I'm out!
And I'm also getting a slushie.
On the way out, I'm getting a slushie. I'm going to put it in this French press container. I'm out.
He said as your reusable.
It's fine, whatever.
Oh, I know it's hard. You can't go during on times, which seems to be most of the day.
So, Carrie, I like this. It says, I gave up on work coffee years ago. I bring it from home in a thermos. You should too. You'll be happier.
Carrie, why did you give up on work coffee, though? Was it the same reason? Were people daring to clean the coffee pot?
I don't know. You know what, though? Like, people, I feel like we're giving an unfair picture. Like, people here care enough to
buy the coffee.
Like the coffee is paid for, which I feel like is, that's really quite a perk. Like, it's good coffee, whatever. I've just had a little road bump and
on how to make the coffee.
On making it. And I just need to, I just need to grab my football pads and my helmet and
get in the game.
My cricket bat and just head on over to IKEA and get that French press. All right.
If not, why don't you put it in your car and just make it each day?
You know what we should do? Here, let's go over to Amazon. We're Amazon Prime members, paying entirely too much to be members.
You're only saying IKEA because they're known for having a really good one. That's like super cheap.
They've got a good, inexpensive French press. Look here. Amazon's Choice, $13.50, 34-ounce Bodum Brazil French press coffee and tea.
That sounds good.
That's actually not bad.
It's only a couple of dollars more than the IKEA one, and you don't have to go in. $12.
Yeah, and I mean, we've already said that we pay $20 if we could just run through.
That was me. I'm just throwing it at them.
But it seems reasonable. It's got 4 stars out of 4,129 reviews.
But if you go to IKEA, then you can go to the hamburger place nearby.
Let's see. Here we go. It's glass, stainless steel, and plastic. One little plastic piece wearing down makes the whole thing unusable. Okay.
Okay, someone to review.
All right. Well, here we go. I like $13. Pretty good deal, right? Yeah. So I'll just keep whining and not order this either.
You have to pick something. You have to take action.
I just, you know what, though? Like, I'm so comfortable with the whining, I'm afraid to give it up. What if I miss it?
You can still get that and still whine about it.
That's a good call.
Waking up with the Riot makes your nightmares not seem so bad. Actually, you might want to just go back to sleep. RadioU.
Now, in Korea, military service is compulsory, right?
It's required.
Yeah, like everyone has to be in the military for...
Yes.
However long.
It's 2 years, and I think the only exempted from it would be like, say you win a gold medal, like a high-profile Olympian or something.
Uh-huh.
I think every so often athletes are excluded.
Oh, great. Well, you know what that means.
No one.
I'm getting extra time.
Yeah, you would be. But it is 2 years, and they have you either get called to do it at a certain time, or you voluntarily start the process like earlier if you want, or you have till a certain age that you have to have it done by.
So you have to get that done. So and it's 2 years?
2 years. Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
It is.
It's kind of like, that's too long.
Yes. But that's what they do.
Fascinating thing about that is, though, that goes on long enough. You have an entire population that has military training. Mm-hmm. That's
But
wild.
It's guys only. It's just guys. Required, I believe.
What?
Women are not required. It's just guys. What are you saying what for?
Hang on.
You can go. I'm not going.
Equality's on the phone.
No, it's not. No one hears it. No one hears that ring.
Wait, yeah. Equality's calling.
I only want equality
it has a few
on
things
other
to
things.
say.
I don't want equality on this. I wouldn't want to do that for 2 years.
Well, that's hot garbage. If it's everybody, then it's everybody.
If you're all going, someone has to go to visit you. So women, we're exempt.
Someone has to stay home and do the cooking and cleaning? Is that what you're implying?
No, but you got to manage the apartment and, go visit whoever's doing their training and stuff.
I have to have somewhere to go on my day off?
Something like that. I don't want to do it. But I want everything else.
Well, I don't want to go.
Equality.
That's not equality. That's creating a new special class.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Did you have any other questions about it, though?
Would you like me to tell you more about the way that the world should work?
No, just this. It's not it at all.
Listen, what I want to do is work the system so that I get all of the advantages but none of the disadvantages.
Well, I would like all the benefits without having to do the 2-year military training.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is terrible.
What?
If everybody has to go, then everybody has to go.
That's not how it is.
You can't just say the men. Have to go. Well, I'm a woman now. I just re-identified. I ain't
what's
going.
your question? Did you have a question about it?
I have a story. But you know, I got really sidetracked by your weird sexist views.
What's your story?
No.
I would like to hear it.
I'm going to tell you in a minute.
In a minute.
But you know what? I'm only going to tell the men.
So promise, if you're a man, I won't be listening during that time. I'll just be here.
Let's take all of the most mind-numbing things the Riot has ever said and play them again.
It's a stupid idea, but I love it.
It's the Riot on Radio U.
So back to sexism with Nikki. It's everybody's new favorite talk show.
It's the newest segment of the show. Mm-hmm. It's not. It's just, what can I do?
It's just, how can I get more of what I want?
So you were talking about in Korea, they have a mandatory 2-year military time training, and that is for guys.
For men only.
For men. Women can go, but it's mandatory for men.
Again.
No, let's not get sidetracked again. What was your story concerning this?
Well, okay, you know, sometimes you get forced to join the Korean Air Force and you don't really want to. And as a result, you know, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but sometimes military service actually gets in the way of what you really want to do with your life. You know, for example, let's say you want to see Avengers Endgame, but you're in the military now. And you're like, oh, my gosh.
You can still go, can't you?
Well, here's what ended up happening. So a group of 18 soldiers from the 20th Fighter Wing were sent out from the base for public service duty. And you know what that is. They're like out cleaning up trash or something.
Pretty much.
Join the Air Force, scrub the toilets kind of thing, right? So that seemed to be the something. But while they were out, he was just like, man, forget
Why not?
this.
Let's go see the movie.
I'm going to go see the Avengers. So he snuck off from his detail.
So one of the 18?
And went to see the Avengers, and they went looking for him. And lo and behold, they had a taxi driver that tipped them off. So when the Avengers was over, he came out and was headed back towards the work area.
Yeah.
And the military police were waiting on him.
Uh-oh.
And we're like, all right.
So what do you get? Like, because again, what is the phrase we were saying?
Absent without leave?
No, you ask for permission or for forgiveness instead of permission. So instead of asking for permission to go see the movie, now he has to ask for forgiveness. Do you get so many times?
You mean
to be forgiven?
That you can be AWOL?
Well, it's not like he left, but do you get as many, like how many movie times do you get?
I don't know. I mean, you know, in his fairness, like he was coming back. You know,
he wasn't leaving. He just wasn't doing his work.
He was just, you know, just stopping by.
He was not doing his public service work that he was supposed to.
It was his public service to make sure that movie theater was everything it needed to be.
Well, that might have to be his argument. I'm not sure if that'll work.
It might be.
But does it say what he gets in trouble or?
No, just that he is now accused of being absence without leave. And I don't know what kind of consequences that holds in the Korean military.
Dude, if I ran that, I'd be like, fine, you get to go for 1 month more. You get longer time in your military.
They're like, oh, you know what? Oh, and what's that? You want that poop shoveling job?
You got it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got you all taken care of.
You're going to love the extra time here with the Air Force.
Absolutely.
How does Nikki put up with Obadiah day after day? It's easy. We pay her. Radio U.
You know, the Riot was on the forefront last year of reporting on the obese squirrel crisis.
Oh, I remember that story.
Remember the fat squirrels?
Well, they were saying that, how did it go? Like, winter wasn't cold enough or something?
So they didn't hibernate, but they kept
were still
eating like they were going to hibernate.
Pretty much. So they didn't lose the weight during the winter when they would hibernate or when they would, you know, slow down a little bit. So then we had a big uptick in overweight squirrels, and that was why.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Nikki? We got a similar problem. Not exactly the same, but right now at the Guangzhou Zoo in China, one of the big problems that they're having is they've got some really fat raccoons.
Oh, no.
People are just feeding the raccoons like crazy. Because believe it or not, raccoons don't know that
you're supposed to stop.
Certain things are a sometime food, or they don't understand serving size.
Listen, they've never been body shamed before. They don't know.
Here's what I love. Can you imagine? I get it. Different parts of the world, blah, blah, blah. But like, they went to the zoo to see raccoons. You're like, man, get those raccoons out of the trash. Get them out of here.
But there, it's something different.
They're like, man, what are you going to do today?
Is it
We're
the same as our raccoons? Is it the same as our raccoons, or is it a special one?
No. It's just
the same? That's in the zoo?
Yeah.
Are you sure they're just not in the zoo, but like they're not an exhibit in the zoo?
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, like are they something you go see? Is it an attraction?
It is an attraction. People come to see how cute the little raccoons are. Oh my gosh.
So how come they're not losing weight, or why are they gaining
This is like that one time you went to the dumpster here and because she heard there was a raccoon there.
Well, we had a raccoon in our dumpster here at Radio U.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be cute to see him, but I never saw him. He was out by the time I got there.
He was already out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, what was your question to me again?
My question was, what were they saying? What's the reason?
People are feeding them.
People are just throwing food at them?
It's so cute to watch them eat.
Isn't that how we all gain weight?
Food. Yeah.
That's how come we all have problems.
Yeah, eat this. You're cute. Eat this.
You guys bring us stuff. You mail us stuff. It's hard.
It's a problem.
We're like the raccoons in the zoo.
They say that the big issue is that it leads to health problems and a lower fertility rate. Look, no offense, but we got plenty of raccoons that we can hook you up with.
You guys will trade you for some more pandas.
Don't you worry about it. So they say they're looking into building a taller fence, and right now they've got a girl whose job it is to stand there with a sign that says no feeding.
Oh, to frown at people to make sure they're not throwing them food?
Don't throw them food.
Guys, we don't need to enable people or raccoons.
And she's a big hit with the raccoons, I can tell you. They love that the girl comes over to fat shame them with the sign every day.
And then they no longer get all their food.
Thanks a lot, lady. We're getting nothing over here.
Once again, there just wasn't enough material for Best of the Riot. Actually, there wasn't any Best of the Riot at all. None. Zero. Look, it's all bad. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not bad. It's the worst. Radio U.
So the Pokemon movie is out on Friday.
Is it already?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I thought that was later in the summer.
No. It's this Friday, unless I am completely wrong, which is possible. But...
No, it makes sense because I've seen a lot of advertisement for it. So if it was any later, like they're pushing it all out now.
I got showings here for Thursday, May 9th. So only 2 days until we can see Detective Pikachu.
I was never into Pokemon, not even when the game came out, like the more recent, like the Pokemon Go one. Yeah. But I have to admit, it feels like a clever take on a movie for it.
A lot of people, the reviews for it have been surprisingly good. Mm-hmm. It's 72% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's actually pretty good,
Which, I mean, for the subject matter, that's pretty good.
Well, I remember hearing them talk that they were making a Pokemon movie before I found out it was Ryan Reynolds and before I saw the first trailer.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh, that's ridiculous. And then when you saw the direction they took with it, it's pretty clever, like I said.
My question, and I think the question a lot of people have, is this. You know, the Avengers have ruled the box office. Mm-hmm. Ruled the box office.
I think that will take some of the edge off that.
Yeah, I think it has to. Well, it doesn't have to, but I think it will.
I think since you're now going into the third weekend for Avengers, that should start slowing down a bit.
To dwindle just a bit?
Yeah, not totally gone, but yes, I think it'd be fine.
Amanda says, I can't wait for Detective Pikachu.
Well, then, Amanda, you're almost there.
You're almost there, Amanda. Do you already have your tickets? Is it sold out? So, I don't know. I guess it looks... You know what? It was never my thing. Even when Pokemon was like hugely popular, the first time, the second time, the third time, whatever, it was just like.
So I've decided, I think for the following week, I might go see. I think I'll see John Wick 3 in theaters.
Is that when that is?
It is next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
You said you weren't going.
I know, but I think I will.
You said you weren't going to do it.
I think I will, though.
In fact, you know, Nikki,
I was pretty strong on that.
You made very strong statements, some of which you might be even embarrassed now if I played them back
again.
for you. Yeah.
I love John Wick, the first one. The second one I felt was just the way to get you to the third one. So maybe we'll actually have some closure on things.
You're so excited about Halle Berry being in it, you just can't hold yourself back.
I didn't like her being chosen to be in it, but with the trailers, she seems fine.
Sure.
But yeah, that's the following week after.
And then you know what's the week after that?
What is it?
10, 14. No, I was going to say Godzilla, but I think there's one more week still.
See, that'll be a good one too.
Oh, I want to see
Everybody's
Godzilla.
ready for that. It's the 22nd.
Is it the 22nd?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Okay, then it is that weekend. So
I think that's
Memorial. No, May 31st.
Godzilla. I've been seeing that everywhere, too.
Yeah, May 31st on that. Which, hey, that's fine.
That'll work.
I got no problems with that.
Well, at least there's some stuff coming out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Godzilla. I want to see that. So then what's coming out on the 24th? What's the movie that's there? Because
I don't think there is one.
Oh, come on. You have to have a movie every week?
You don't have to. You got to give everybody time to breathe.
Isn't that in the Constitution?
I don't think that's there.
All right, I'll check. I feel like there's got to be a movie. That'll be the one where it's like pain and yearning. It's an indie film. It's only at certain theaters.
It's all right.
There are a lot of reasons to listen to the Riot every morning. For example, give me a minute. There's got to be at least one. It's the Riot on RadioU.
Listen, we got a lot of things in this world that as Americans we can be proud of. You know that, right? But I want you to know that every once in a while, it's not just Americans that are proud of American culture. Sometimes our culture expands and it finds itself in exciting places doing exciting things. Which is why, Nikki, I need to talk about what's happening across the pond a bit.
What is it?
It's not about the stupid baby.
No,
okay?
Let's not say it that way.
It's not about the stupid baby.
Okay. Still saying it twice like that.
Yep, I am. It's about Domino's.
Domino's Pizza.
Yeah, Domino's.
Man, Domino's in other parts of the world put some stuff that we do not put on our pizza.
Man, Domino's in the UK is killing it. Like, that is one place overseas that Domino's,
does well.
Yeah, like it's just taking off, man. Things are happening. People are getting excited about Domino's. And their top pizza, by the way, in Domino's, they got these new Delight pizzas. Mm-hmm. Cheeseburger pizza.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry. The cheeseburger pizza, not a Delight pizza. A Delight pizza is a diet pizza, as if you would want one of those.
But the cheeseburger pizza, it's normal.
That's just pizza. All right, with lots of cheeseburger
I feel like
toppings.
Pizza Hut has tried that here, but it just doesn't last.
I remember having double cheeseburger pizza at Pizza Hut and being a little underwhelmed by it. Wasn't necessarily it. Like when it comes to alternative pizzas, I feel like we peaked at barbecue chicken.
You do?
Oh, that's a good one, Nikki.
That's the top for you.
That's a good one you got right there. So, and Nikki and I both, for a really brief period of time, thought that the no, it wasn't nacho cheese. It was the pretzels and cheese pizza that they were doing at Little Caesars. We thought they were really onto something, and then you realize.
Then we had it. Now they brought it back again, and I have not tasted it the second time, but I was really disappointed the first time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it looks like Domino's has tried the cheeseburger pizza here in the U.S. in previous years. Yep. But
not so much anymore.
But it seems like now just the UK has it.
So yeah, it's been huge for them. So if you ever think to yourself that
pickles on it. At least the one I'm looking at from, I think, 2018.
Well, you can get it without the pickles.
That's something.
Because I am not going to be able to eat pizza with a pickle on it.
So for this one, the cheeseburger pizza, I think this, again, is what they unveiled last November. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it has tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, ground beef, tomatoes, pickles, and chopped onions with a secret burger sauce, which would probably be like a Big Mac sauce.
It's the big one. They've sold 1.6 million cheeseburger pizzas since they unveiled it in November.
Well, way to go, Domino's.
6 million pizzas? They say, and I don't know what the statistic would be for the United States, but they say that Domino's was doing so well in the UK that there was a Domino's pizza being ordered every 12 seconds.
Whoa! All right. Great for them.
They got to get some pizza, Nikki.
Well, we got to step up again because that's why they're getting all the fun stuff and we get nothing. Or if we do get anything, we don't hear about it and then it just goes away.
I could go for some pizza right now. I think that sounds great. What do you got over there? Any pizza?
Cleveland celebrates failure with a parade. We celebrate failure with the worst of the riots.
Nikki, I don't want to put any undue pressure on us, but we got to start eating.
Because we've got a pile up of Riot food fight items.
Yeah, because here's the thing is like...
Well, what do we have over there?
First off, we got this box of like international candies from Universal Yums. This is from Israel. It's like Israeli candy. I've heard it's really good. We have a box of that.
Did a listener send us the box?
We don't even know.
No, it doesn't say.
I assume it was a listener. There's no name on the box. There's no nothing. It came directly from the company.
Sure.
Then I got this here from Andy.
What did he send?
He's in Noster, Missouri. I don't know. I got a flat rate box here. And I got to move this stuff, right?
It's just too much. Well, while you open that, Riot Food Fight, by the way, our most recent one, we taste tested the KFC dessert biscuits, which was their partnership with Cinnabon. So you can watch those if you want to or listen to those anytime. RadioU Riot on Facebook, or if you go to RadioU Riot, subscribe to our YouTube channel and look at the Riot Food Fight playlist.
Whoa.
And you'll see that. What is it?
What?
What did Andy say? What is it? Pop-Tarts? We haven't done a Pop-Tarts one in a while.
Pop-Tart splits. On one side, drizzled sugar cookie. On the other side, frosted brownie batter.
Woo!
Okay,
I want to see those. Let me see.
I just want you to know right now.
That goes to the head of the line.
I'm eating those today.
No,
I don't
you do
care.
it tomorrow.
No, I don't care if there's a. You know what? The show's not over.
We could just do it now. Oh, that looks so good.
Mother of all that's holy.
Oh, the s'mores Oreos. Have we had those?
Yeah, we have. So we should open them.
No. Okay, what else did Andy say?
He sent all right.
It's the other cereal. Yay. Now we can finally finish those cereals.
You guys sound fat.
It's not our fault. It's you guys sending them.
So, Andy.
Thank you, Andy. It's like you're grocery shopping
there's one
for
more
us.
thing in here.
What is that?
M&M's hazelnut.
Oh, we tried
Haven't we had those? Yeah, okay,
we did that for our Riot anniversary show. We tried all the new M&M flavors.
I want those Pop-Tarts.
You want to do one now?
That's right. Wait, you know what's Tiger Drive say? Watch me go live!
Okay, so give us a second. We'll hop on to RadioU Riot and RadioU on Facebook. Let's do the s'mores Oreos and the Pop-Tarts.
Oh, we're doing both? Okay!
If you insist!
Okay!
Alrighty, so...
Hey, Chris, do you want to go toast those Pop-Tarts for us?
That sounds... Toast them. Make them warm.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Everybody get in.
This is the fastest turnaround we've ever had.
Nikki, if you did, this stuff is too good.
It's too good just to sit on.
I want it.
So s'mores Oreos, and then the new split Pop-Tarts.
Thanks, Andy.
Some have said that if you just keep listening to The Riot, you'll learn to love them. Has that really worked for anybody yet? Has anyone tested that? It's The Riot on Radio U.
And I'll have the number 8. That's a party platter. It serves 12 people. I know what I'm about, son.
The Riot. Food Fight.
Oh, we're doing it.
This was unexpected. We weren't planning on a Riot Food Fight, but Andy was kind enough from, was it Missouri?
Yes, Missouri.
He
you got
sent in a couple of items we could not say no to today.
Yeah, so I want to say hi to him and Kaylee and Bunny and Nathan all stopping by and spending some time with us today. Good stuff. Krista, I see also.
What do you want to start first?
Well, you know what? How hot are the Pop-Tarts?
Because they're good. I'd rather not wait too long on the Pop-Tarts in case they...
It's the Pop-Tarts Splits drizzled sugar cookie. Now look at that. You've got drizzled sugar cookie and frosted brownie batter. It just depends on which side that you're eating. But it's in one
Pop-Tart. At first I thought, like half the boxes.
I thought the same thing.
Is one way and half the other. And I have to say the packaging
smells good.
The packaging picture of the Pop-Tart is a lot better than the actual Pop-Tart.
Oh, you've got to be kidding. Really?
Well, at least the chocolate side. So what are the two flavors again?
Let's see. I just took a bite of drizzled sugar cookie.
Okay. What's the other one?
Frosted brownie batter.
Okay, that's what I'm eating now. It's on the side that has the top to it.
I'm definitely in the sugar cookie here. And this may come as a shock to you, but it's good.
Is there enough, like half and half? Is there enough to get a good flavor?
I don't feel like there's enough icing on the top with it. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess there's no icing. It's a drizzle, but...
Oh, the sugar cookie's better than the brownie one.
You think so?
I think so.
I'm into the brownie right now.
But then when you're done with that, take a bite of both. Do they complement each other as just one bite of the Pop-Tart?
Well, even a bad Pop-Tart's pretty good.
It's still a Pop-Tart.
You know?
Yeah, those are pretty good.
I'm trying to get both.
I mean, sometimes I like just one flavor, so I don't know if I'm into the split of it. But it's not bad.
Actually, I think it goes together really well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice Pop-Tart. Now,
Andy, thank you for sending those.
Would I eat this over a s'mores Pop-Tart? Because that, to me, that's the gold standard. The s'mores Pop-Tart is the finest Pop-Tart in the world.
Well, let's see if you think the s'mores Oreo could be the finest one. So this one is the s'mores Oreo, which is the graham-flavored cookie, marshmallow, and chocolate-flavored cream inside of it.
Which we think we've had these, right?
No, I actually don't think we have. It feels like we have, but I can't tell.
I want to say hi to Nick and Matthew and Joe stopping in this morning. Yeah,
So
this
one's a limited edition flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And you like s'mores cereal. You like
I
s'mores
love
Pop-Tart,
s'mores.
so you must like s'mores flavor.
I like graham cracker.
How
I love marshmallow.
does that taste to you? Maybe it's not the best having it after the Pop-Tart.
Yeah,
I can't quite get the flavor out of my mouth.
The graham cracker is real. Mm-hmm. And I taste the chocolate. I'm not getting the marshmallow very much.
It's actually pretty good. Sometimes the limited flavors get a little too artificially flavored for me, but this one actually tastes pretty good.
All right, we need to crack it open and just get the...
You're just going to eat the cream filling?
Yeah, you just got to do the cream filling. So
it's the s'mores Oreo. Yeah? No?
I just can't get the marshmallow flavor. I just don't taste it. I don't taste the marshmallow, but it's definitely not an only chocolate flavor, though. You know what I mean?
No, I gotcha. The graham is really nice. The graham cracker.
The actual graham flavor is coming from the Oreo itself, and that I think
from
is...
the cookie, that's good.
Yeah, that's quite good. So
I think it's pretty good. Both get a pretty good for me today.
I like that one a lot.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, thank you, Andy, for being kind enough to shop your store and send us these. They are not ones that we've tried before.
I just want to keep eating.
You could do that. You know, this doesn't have to stop. This could keep going the rest of the day. I mean, it does on RadioU, but we can still eat in the studio. That does not have to end.
That is good. that is good. Yeah. So, you know what? The music will start, but the eating will continue.
So that's the Pop-Tart Splits and the s'mores Oreo.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, a lot of times we do a lot of food fights that sound good but aren't good. These just are good.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
You guys sound fat.